All right, I hope that I am online. And let's see. Yeah, I recorded a whole video yesterday and I was feeling really good. I felt like a lot of things which I said was really insightful, at least for me to revisit. And later today, I noticed that I did not enable the audio or something. I couldn't, it was pretty much muted. And the sucky part is no one even told me on Facebook Live. So I guess like people just, see me talking shit and or whatever, and just scroll through and move on with their life without even leaving a comment that, hey dude, you messed up, you haven't even fixed your audio, so fix that, because we can just see you moving your mouth and there is no voice whatsoever. And let me see if this is working today. It was pretty much muted. All right. And so look like whatever issue I was having yesterday is resolved now. But the bad thing is I don't have time or energy to go over whatever I said yesterday. So I guess a part of me will remember that and will put that into practice in my life. And honestly, I am not recording this or I'm not streaming this to gain attention. I'm in fact doing this to stay accountable, because I feel that when I share practice like this, which I need to do, I will be more accountable to myself and hopefully even more focused, because I will be more cautious whenever I'm streaming live to verbalize whatever I want to say or whatever I'm thinking in a better way, in a way which is packaged so that anyone can receive it. But with that note, I gotta get started. It's already close to 12 and I have another long day tomorrow. I mean, forget about the day I had today. It has good ups and down moments. But the one thing which I'm missing out for past few weeks or months, in fact, is sleep. I wish I have total control over my time, so I can sleep for at least 8 hours and do other things which I intend to do. But right now I'm a slave. I'm a slave of my job and the other practices I indulge into. So I don't have enough time for sleep, I guess. And maybe it's good. Maybe this hustle will take me somewhere, and maybe 5 years or 10 years down the road, I look back and realize that all the sleep I cut down has taken me to some place where I have complete freedom over my time, energy, and of course money. The three most important things in everyone's life. If you don't have control over your time, energy, and money, then the sad truth is you are a slave. And honestly, out of these three things, the easiest way to get control over is energy, because energy obviously is generated based on what you eat, what you feed in general. So depending on what type of food you're consuming, depending on what type of information you're consuming, you could feel energized. There could be some story which kind of pump you up and can make you more energized and to take different actions, and they could, and time and money at the moment, at least in my life, are something which are not in my control. And I guess both are sort of intertwined, because I don't have enough money to kind of I guess in a way buy back my time and use my money in different places, in different things which add value in the world at large and in my life personally speaking. And I don't have control over my time, so those are intertwined at the moment. And I'm grateful that I have enough energy to do everything I plan to do, I intend to do. My life literally starts after I come back from my office, because I have like different things planned out. And the reason I'm seeing there is because I have this whole board where I wrote down what I want to do every single day. And there are few things which I cannot cut down, such as journaling, meditating, and maybe just a Surya Namaskar, a very, very simplistic form of yoga. So these are the three things which I plan to do every single day. And these are actually doable. Like, I can meditate anywhere at any time. If you well, I mean, because the audio was kind of screwed up, otherwise you could have like went back to my conversation, or some sort of like stream of thoughts which I spoke yesterday. And that's something which you can do anywhere. And journaling, as long as you can get hold of paper and pen, well, and as long as you know how to write, that's all you need. You can just flush all the things you want to, you were thinking throughout the day, or you can just outline how your day was, which is what I tend to do. I write maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs of what my day looked like, what are some of the shortcomings I felt, what are some of the good things I accomplished or I feel accomplished, and then what am I grateful for. And journaling to me is sort of like a montage of my day-to-day experience, which I can look back maybe 5 years, 10 years down the road and see what were the struggles I am having right now, and how these struggles and these process led me to where I will be in 5 to 10 years if I am alive. Well, that being said, it's close to midnight, and I will start meditating using Vipassana technique, which is to focus on breath and body sensations. And throughout the next hour, I will try to describe some of the sensations I'll be feeling, and the new process which I'm trying to figure out is where I first breathe or first focus on my breath for a few minutes, and just kind of give you a scenario, or give you an example of what it feels like observing various aspects, various properties of your breath. And then I'll do a quick body scan, which where I'm gonna go through each and every part of my body and just highlight what I some of the high points I'm feeling. If I feel a pain in some specific point on my body, I'll just describe that. And after that, I will just focus on my sensations and breath, and in that course, of course, my mind gonna wander. It's gonna go to different places, maybe some disgusting places, maybe some pleasureful places, whatever that may be. Whenever I bring back my mind or my focus back to the breath, I will say it out loud. I want to create this process because, first of all, if anyone is viewing this video for the first time, they shouldn't be lost with with the process itself. And second of all, I want to keep a count. I mean, even though I'm not like literally counting how many times I'm wandering off and bringing back my attention, but it's good to kind of note that down in some shape and form. If in future, if I want to, revisit and watch my hour-long video just to kind of see how many times I was able to successfully bring back my focus to breath and sensations. Okay, let's get started. Hey Google, set an alarm for an hour from now.
Done. Your alarm is set for tomorrow at 12:56 a.m.
I observe that my breath is shallow. I observe the flow of my breath. I observe the flow from the moment it touch my nostrils and flow through the nostril to the lungs and back from lungs through the nostrils out in the open space. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed tension in my neck. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed my mind wandered off. I observed the properties of my breath. temperature of the breath of the air I'm inhaling and the temperature of the breath I'm exhaling. I observe the various parts of my nostrils the air is touching. I observed that my mind wandered off. 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 Okay, I'm gonna do a body scan where I will observe every single inch of my body parts, and I will describe or just announce some of the observations along the scan. I observe the cold air from the fan touching my hair. I observe the cold air touching my forehead. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed the wind touching my entire face, or the air touching in my entire face. I observed that I wandered off. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed various itches on my face. I observed that my mind wandered. I observe the sensations of cold air on my forehead. Continuing the body scan. I observe various sensations on my left arm, on my left hand. I observe that my mind wandered off. I observe that my mind wandered off. I observe the part on my left arm where the sleeve of my shirt is touching. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed that various points on my arm is touching my left leg and the foot of my right leg. I observed that my breath wandered off. I observed that my right elbow is resting on my right hip. I observed that my mind wandered off, and I observed that my left hand is touching my right hand, or my left palm is touching my right palm. I observe the wind, the air from the fan touching my right hand. observed that my mind wandered off. I observed tension in my neck and my back. I observe various points or places on my torso which is feeling itchy. I observe itchiness on my right hip. I observe that my mind wandered off. I observed that my mind wandered off. I'm gonna do the body scan and focus on my breath for the rest of the meditation session. And I will say out loud whenever my mind wandered off. I observed that 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 my mind wandered. I observed that my mind wandered off. I observed that my setting wasn't comfortable. I observed that I yawned. I observed that my mind wandered off. 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 Hey Google, stop. I can't tell you how musical that alarm sounds right now. Mostly because I'm tired, to be honest, and I hope that I can meditate earlier in the day and sleep on time so that I can wake up on time and continue the whole cycle again. Anyways, keep working on yourself. I hope that you find good place and time and energy to start meditating and become peaceful and stay peaceful.